Welcome back to Beyond the Game with Capers Athletics. First time guest, first of the big guests, Coach Deano Morley, head coach, Capers men's soccer team, our first coach to join us on Beyond the Game. And I know he's been watching them intently to see how the boys make out, and we're glad to have you here today, Deano.
Yeah, you've been. This is great, Doug. You've been doing a great job with the lads, giving the people, let them know that these players are real people. I like it. It's good.
Now, Deano, of course, a longtime player with the CBU Capers back in the day, all-star back in your day as a defender. Took over the head coaching reins last year. First season, 8 wins, second place, and AUS Coach of the Year. You've got a lot of highlights in your days at CBU.
It's been an incredible journey for me. It's in a very privileged position. I have a lot of passion about this university, this department, and this program. And when the opportunity came up to be able to lead it, and be able to be in a position to give other young lads and great people, great footballers, a chance that I've had and the experience that I've had, I jumped at that, and I'm really enjoying it.
Certainly your days after playing, you stayed involved. You were an assistant with longtime head coach Robbie Chesson during a real resurgence for men's soccer here at CBU. A couple of banners, 2 national medals, bronze and silver. It just seemed that this was your footing coming along. This was your progression to take this over.
Absolutely. I joined the program in 2004 as a player. And myself and Robbie, we had a good relationship and a good partnership right from the start. And we worked very hard through those years. And I think that's what I remind my players now, is that there's a lot of lads built the pathway for where they're at right now. There's a lot of lads walked in these boys' shoes and sat in that dressing room. A lot of work and a lot of energy put in to get the program to where it's at, and simply having the opportunity to come as a head coach to try and continue that growth and continue the success that we've been having, and trying to continue to build on that is an absolute pleasure for me, and I'm hoping we do that.
Now, last season, as we said, you were AUS Coach of the Year, finished second in the regular season. I'm sure you would have traded that individual award, though, for a better result in the AUS final last season.
Oh, I think any player that really buys into team would always tell you that this is about team goals. It's a team sport, and the individual stuff is nice, but that's not what we're into it for. So it's the same with this great group of players I've had. They all buy into each other. They know what our goals are this year, and more importantly, from what you're referencing last year and this year, that's not really what I think about. I think about the bigger picture of what this program means, where it's going to be at in 5 years. And I'm lucky to have great staff with me. I've got great assistant coaches who've worked with me right from the get-go. I've got great leaders in the dressing room, leaders that have been around this program for 5 years. Sandro Ratchkovic is an example. And they all know what it takes to win. And the individual stuff is nice, but it's the team stuff that lasts forever.
Certainly that's what Sandro and Mark and Zach, who've all sat in that chair with me over the last few weeks, have talked about, is getting that AUS banner. The season currently underway. I mean, a big game this week against St. FX on Friday night. You've been up and down. I mean, you've been offensively a juggernaut again, which you had led the league in scoring last year, and again this year you're firing goals. But I find you've really clamped down defensively this year as well. Certainly Scott Schufeld's been key in goal, but I mean, your defensive backs have been awesome. I mean, you've had, 5-6 shutouts? It's been amazing to see. Yeah,
I mean, you say up and down. For me, I struggle to buy into that. I think we've been up. I think we've been very good from the get-go.
I guess results.
We came out with two good wins against the UNB, who's been the powerhouse in the league the last 2 years, and Country, and so great start. I think we've played exceptionally well in the games that we tied. I mean, the lads really unlucky not to score, and I've continuously told them that as a coach, I do not panic when my team's creating great chances. We created great chances at St. FX 0-0, Arcadia. The game should have been put away, and we just hit a bit of a block. Newfoundland, the same thing. But then the boys came out. We got the reaction that we wanted. So that's fantastic as a team now. What we're doing as a program, you referenced the defense. Zach Riley, in my opinion, the best defender in this league. Probably the best defender I've seen in this program. So to have him back there, we've brought in great recruits around them. Scott Schufelt that's come in at the back, great goalkeeper. Josh Lyons pushing him just as hard in the practice field. He's doing exceptionally well. And then we've got 6 new faces in the lineup, and for me that's the magic. We've brought in lads that have really settled in quickly. have a great appetite for this game and a great appetite for success. So that's really good.
It's such a fast season. I mean, you start in September, 13 games, you're done. I mean, it's really important every game. And I mean, you got St. FX here again on Friday night, and then you've only got 4 more regular season games left. What are you kind of looking at here on the horizon heading towards playoffs?
It's phases, Doug. I talked to my lads about phases of the season. You know, people will say that you only remember who wins in November. I hear that a lot. But if you're not there, that means you've not started well in September. So it's key to come out hot, get the new recruits confidence high, feeling good, get a good team morale, and start building. So you want to start strong, which I was really glad that we did. And then you're trying to manage the second phase and the third phase, and I think we've done a good job of that. A lot of lads come here and they're playing back-to-back games all of a sudden, Saturday, Sunday. We travel a long way in this program. So we get back late night, we're turning around trying to prepare for more games. So I think they've done a really good job, and I've been very patient with them settling in and the team finding their feet and getting used to that routine. Now we have 5 games, so I'm looking at this again as the next phase. We've got some injuries that we're dealing with. We'll be patient with those. We want to make sure that we're the healthiest and we're the best product that we are come that big game, which hopefully, if we're fortunate enough to secure the bye, it comes down to that semi-final game, being ready, getting the win, and going into the final.
It's hard to believe how quick it comes. Looking at Friday with St. FX, you know, what are you looking for out of the lads there?
I think they've had a good rest. I gave them a week off last week just to recover. They're itching to get back on the field. It's a home game. It's a rival, St. FX under light Friday night. We've played 8 games. You've got the men's program and the women's table, women's team both top of the table. I mean, the university, the community, the campus, everyone should be very proud of that, and I hope we get great support as we take on St. FX Friday night. I'm looking for the boys to come out. I want more battle. I want more fight out of the boys, because I think if we add that element to our game, we become very good. I saw that a little bit in Newfoundland. So if the boys come in with that tenacity right from the start, and then they play the good football, because we've got good footballers in the program, then I think we'll do very well.
Now, Deano, I can't let you off the hook. We do this with all the players, so you're going to have to do it as well. And I've known you longer than all the players, and you know, I've watched you help groom this program to what it is today. But you got to have something. What do you got? What don't I know about Deano Morley after all these years? And don't tell me your real name's Dean, because I get confused over that anyway. What do you got?
After all these years, I keep it tight to my chest, but in my former life I was a gymnast, competitive gymnast, and I was fortunate enough to represent Great Britain a few times for gymnastics, so I guess that's something that a lot of people don't know about me.
No, that's really something I didn't know. Well, I've seen you do some tumbles across the pitch in your day, so I mean, you're pretty artistic in that.
That's right, that's right. And I'd just like to let everyone know that this nice cup of tea that I came for is it's water.
Yeah, we kind of fibbed them out on that.
Disappointed with that cup of tea.
Who told you it was tea, Zach or Brent?
I was just looking forward to it. So, but no, yeah, thanks very much, Doug. Really enjoyed this, and as I said, this is really valuable to get the student athletes in, and I hope a lot of people are watching them. And we got some great kids in this school and great athletes in this department, and it's just great for you to give them a platform to be seen.
Well, I appreciate that, Deano. We're so glad that you could join us, and best of luck Friday and the rest of the season.
Thanks very much.
Thank you for joining us on Beyond the Game. We'll see you next time.